Hello and welcome to your Cougar 27 SGS. Gonna start right up front underneath here with your battery, and then your battery disconnected here in the back. So it's all labeled, so power on, remove cover, and power off. So with this cuts off the power from your battery to the inside of your camper. So obviously power on, you can flip it to power off, and then you can do remove cover, which then allows you to then take these off there. Moving over to the right, you have a light here, and then you have two lights underneath it, your docking lights. I'm gonna flip both of these on. And that brings us to these lights here, these, and then this little light here so you can see your hitch. And turn both of those back off. Moving over to this side, you have one of your propane tanks. It's reading this one actually, and you can switch to the other one by flipping over just like that. So let's say this one runs out, it's showing red, flip it over to the other side, make sure that one's open. Then this will flip green. Once it's green, that means there's a steady flow of propane going through it. So like I said, if it's green, turns red, go ahead, just flip it to the other one, open that one up, and then this will then flick green and then turn red when it's dead. Here's storage inside here, outside hose, and then for this is going to be your leveling system. So you can move your front, rear, left, and right, along with cycle through for manual level, auto retract all, auto hitch. So what this auto hitch is let's say you back into your campground spot and you go ahead and click auto level. This will remember the last time or the last height that it was at before you clicked auto level. So basically auto hitch, it just brings it right up to that hitch height so you can back in, drop it, and then get on the road quickly, and then just ready. So manual level, up for the front. No, the rear's already down, so that won't do anything. And left side you can raise up, and right side you can raise up as well. Otherwise, you just move through here, click enter, or retract, and then auto level. Self-explanatory, you click auto level, and it'll auto level out your entire camper, and then power switch there. All right, moving to your water systems here. So starting up top, that's where this hose will go. You have a hot and cold switch there. And then you have three things to start winterizing. Once you empty out all your water, go ahead, turn on the water heater bypass. So flip that on, switch winterize to on. Insert a hose from here into a jug of antifreeze. Then go on the inside, turn on the water pump, and that pump will then suck this water through and push it through your lines. So go to every hot, cold side, toilet, shower, you name it. Go through all of that, and then that will then suck antifreeze into the system and winterize it. For the city water connection, that is going to be when you get to a campground. You go ahead and put that campground hose inside that unit there. I do highly recommend a water pressure regulator. That's just in case there's too much pressure, it has a chance to blow your lines. Campgrounds are pushing for a lot of people, so there's always a chance. It might not always happen, but just in case it does happen, I would just recommend that. Moving down to your tank flush, that tank flush is going to be for your black tank and black tank only. So with that black tank, that is going to be your toilet water. So a lot of toilet paper and other things may get stuck on the way out of your drain there. So what I do recommend is doing the black tank first, open it up, let it drain out. Once it's done draining, put a pressurized hose into here. Go ahead, turn that on, and that will activate your sprinkler inside the black tank to help flush it out. Once you're done with that, go ahead and close the black tank back up, pull the gray tank, and since that's the cleanest water out of that too, I recommend doing that one last, just so when it's completely empty, it basically just gives it one last little rinse before you go ahead and put your hands back on there. Just in case you do get a solar panel, just make sure you get that type of plug there. And then you have your multi-source signal controller, so satellite and cable input there. For your water heater, you're going to want to use this anode rod. This anode rod protects your tank. This takes a beating and will end up deteriorating over time because all the hard water will eat at this and not your tank. So to get this started, just insert that there, just like that. Use a 1 1/16 socket to tighten that down. Once it's all the way tightened down, go to the inside, turn on the hot side of your faucet, and it'll sputter. That sputter is just all the air getting completely pushed out of your tank. Once you have a steady flow, go ahead, turn on this heater, and then you can warm up your water. To empty it, all you gotta do is come back out here, pull this pressure release valve. Because all the pressure built up, it'll hiss. Once it's done hissing, go ahead, take your socket, pull it out, and let it drain. Once it's done draining, go ahead, put that back down, and you can close it back up. Moving on, this is your furnace exhaust. So when you do have the furnace on, obviously the excess heat is gonna kick out here, and the furnace is very hot. So eventually this will warm up. So if you do end up touching this, you will get burned. So if you have any little kids or someone who may not know, let them know, do not touch this because they will get burned. Come back here, this is gonna be your fresh water connection. So only time you would fill this up is if you're going out on vacation in the middle of nowhere. So you go ahead, fill this up. It's just a gravity fill. It's a big tank in the back of your camper. You can go ahead, fill this up. And when you're out in the middle of nowhere, you can turn on that water pump and take water from this and push it through your lines to give you running water while you're not hooked up to city water. Here's your camp power or shore power here. Here's your ladder, 250-pound weight limit. And then a backup camera ready input just in case you do purchase one. You can go ahead, unscrew that, and then have someone insert it there. Moving along to your stairs, make sure your door is completely open. And you go ahead, lift these up, pull this little yellow piece, then straighten it out. Once these pieces here are behind the frame. Once it is, you can adjust your leg height with this. You push that in, and then you can move this up or down. And then to lower this, go ahead, pull, and then slowly let it down. Just beneath here, you're gonna have your low point drains, hot and cold side. And then moving on to this big storage piece here. I'll go over this in just a minute. And then open this up. This is gonna be that extra propane tank here that you can switch between. And then right on top of your awning, you have a little black tab right there. If this ever electrically goes out, you can pop that tab off, insert a tool, and move that in or out, just in case it ever electrically goes out. You have your outside speakers here, and then your awning LED, which I'll show you in just a second, runs right under there. For outside use, you have a satellite and cable port here, and then 110 outlets there. This right here is going to be your outdoor in-command system. So I'll show you what the inside one looks like when we get inside. But otherwise, you flip it on, or not quite. But you choose between the motor functions 1 through 5. This can be your slides, awning, all that. So let's just do motor 1, for example. You can move it in or out with these switches here. So if you listen closely, you can hear the first one going in. And then it fully extending just by doing it outside here. And then everything should be all in here. So it talks about your tanks, lighting, electric slides, power, all that. It's all gonna be labeled right in here. But once again, in command system, choose all your motors, and you can move them in or out there. All right, moving inside, we're gonna come to your in command system here. So it's just a little thing for you. I'm just gonna take this off just for the moment here. But otherwise, let me back out of this. So this is going to be everything that you need to control your camper. So you have battery reader, water pump, water heater. So that water pump is for your fresh tank if you do fill that up. Water heater, that's when your anode rod is in, you have a steady flow coming out of your hot side, you can go ahead and turn that on. Interior lights, you can turn it all on, or you can do individual ones by tapping that there. And then HVAC is going to be, see when I turn this on, you can choose between fan, high, low, and you can do cool, high, or cool and hot. You can schedule it to whenever you'd like. You can do start and stop time there. And then you can go ahead, keep going to cool. And then same thing, fan. And then you set your degrees to whatever you'd like. There's front AC, rear, everything's controlled through there. For your slides and awnings, wardrobe side, which is going to be inside your bedroom. Let me turn these lights on here a minute. So all I'm doing is holding it right there. And then moving to your kitchen side. So again, you just hold out, and it starts to move. And then moving to your dinette side, just hold out. And then for your awning, I'll move this out for you. So you'll know you're fully extended when the excess flap kind of flaps down, and then you're able to see the black bar behind it. I'm hoping I can get this fully extended here. All right, I got a little bit longer. There it is. So that's the flap you want to look for, and then just behind it you can start to see the black bar it is at sitting on. And then to pitch it for the rain, you can kind of see the yellow sticker over there, but it's the same on either side. Just go ahead, grab at the elbow, pull down, it'll then slide down, and then all the rain will then fall off the one edge. And then before you reel it in, just push it right back up, and then go ahead and reel it in. Then let me turn that awning light on for you. That's what it looks like. Otherwise, once again, sides, awnings, and then settings. You can go between your Bluetooth, you can hook to your phone, Wi-Fi, passcode, floor plan. This is just all, obviously, settings work inside there. Otherwise, you can go between your fresh tank, it's kind of hard with the flash on, fresh tank, black tank, and then your gray tank readers all in there. Moving forward into this part of your camper, dropping down here, this is going to be your carbon monoxide detector. So this green light indicates that it's on, and it's always going to be on as a safety feature, even if your battery disconnect is off. it'll still take from that battery. So what I do recommend doing is if you're gonna leave your camper for about 3 to 4 days, just go ahead and disconnect the negative end of the battery, and then this will finally die. TV, radio here. Zone 1 is gonna be your inside speakers. Zone 2 is gonna be your outside speakers. Volume here. You can tap to do the equalizer. So bass, treble, balance, all that. And then pause, play, skip through, Bluetooth, and this is like TV and other stuff like that. There we go. And then aux, USB, tap to turn off. For your space heater here, top right is going to be on, far left is going to be flame color, middle is going to be fan speed. This is going to be, turn that on. This controls your temperature, so I bumped it up to 74. And you can do a time as well. It goes all the way up to 8 hours, as you saw. And then, once again, top right is off. Moving on, off and on here. Dimmer switch, which you can obviously dim, brighten. And then over here, you have lights, which you can turn on and off. But notice that it's not like an actual switch, it's just one of the retracting ones. Moving on to your couch here, which you can actually open up. Just take off this Velcro. I'm gonna set it on these seats for now. Grab up, then you can open the legs. Make sure these are completely open. What all you gotta do is pull out and flip this down. Now you have a bed. Just reverse it to put it back up. And then just move your cushions right back. And then it's all set, just like that. With these lights scattered around, you're able to toggle them on and off with a little button right in the middle that you just press. For your fridge, hold the turn on. You can toggle whether you want the fridge or the freezer to go with the temperature here. But 5 is going to be the coldest. You can move it all the way down to 1. Otherwise, like I said, 5 is the coldest. And then there's nighttime mode, which just makes this quieter. Microwave. So all you do is press buttons, start, stop, open, light, and fan there. Lights for this, you press, turn, then ignite. Same goes for all 3. That's just how it goes. And then they'll ignite 1, 2, 3. For your oven, it's a little bit different. You just press, turn to the pilot symbol, and then right in the back, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a little igniter back there. You just turn to that pilot symbol, hold there, and then keep sparking until the flame appears. Once the flame appears, go ahead and adjust to your temperature needed. For your oven, it's not going to light right away, so just don't be scared if it doesn't. I do recommend lighting these 3 for a little bit just to get the gas purged through the system, and then go ahead and try this. Like I said, it's not going to be first try, so just keep going and then it'll eventually light. Keys. Purple main doors. This is going to be baggage doors, and then this will be outside, like for example your fresh tank. To open that up, it should be the silver keys. bathroom right here. Your toilet is going to be a foot flush, so you just flush with your feet, and then that opens up. You're going to need toilet solution along with RV grade toilet paper. The toilet paper will help break down easier so it doesn't clog your lines, and then the solution will help break down solids and smells. Going to your shower. One main thing that you were going to have to know about this, you can't just set it down like that. You have to hear it click in place, because otherwise it will still bounce up and whatnot. So that first click, that's not it. That's just setting it down. Once you hear that stronger click, that's when you know you're fully locked in. For your fan here, you just control the up or down with this here, and then the fan on like that. Inside the bedroom, you do have a place for a mount for TV, satellite cable, and then the 110 outlets here. Grab underneath your bed on the wooden part and lift up, and you'll have extra storage underneath your bed. And all I do is push down. Sometimes the mattress will kind of slide back, so all I do is push it back, flush with the wall. Otherwise, right there, same thing. It's not an actual switch, it's just one of those retracting ones. But besides that, that was your orientation. Hope you enjoy.